In the rarefied air of New York's art scene, few events stir the pot like the impending auction of Leonard Lauder's private collection, a trove of masterpieces expected to command nearly $500 million. The cosmetics magnate's legacy, once ensconced in the intimacy of personal possession, now steps into the public arena, igniting a frenzy among collectors, curators, and connoisseurs. This isn't merely a sale, it's a seismic shift, bringing to market works by titans like Gustav Klimt, pieces so rarely available they feel like whispers from history's vault. As Sotheby's unveils the lots at its revamped Brewer Building venue, the art world pauses, reverent and rapt, to witness the dispersal of a fortune built on beauty and business acumen. The buzz began at a private dinner last Friday, a glittering prelude that doubled as the housewarming for Sotheby's new Madison Avenue digs. The iconic Brewer Building, erstwhile home to the Whitney Museum from 1966 to 2014. Amid clinking glasses and murmured speculations, attendees marveled at the irony. Leonard's treasures displayed in the very space that once showcased modernist marvels, now boldly marked for sale. One guest captured the electric undercurrent. Klimt's coming on the market is so rare. This is not a normal situation. The scarcity amplifies the allure. Klimt's golden visions, symbols of fin de siècle opulence, seldom surface, making this trio a holy grail for bidders. Another insider gushed, "It's kind of crazy to be sitting in the old Whitney space with these amazing works for sale." The setting amplified Lauder's stature as a patron whose gifts to institutions like the Met, his 2013 Cubist bequest, cemented his role as a steward of culture. Leonard A. Lauder, who passed in June at 92, was no ordinary collector. He was a visionary whose eye for excellence mirrored his stewardship of Estée Lauder, the empire he helmed until 1999 as son of founder Estée. Valued at $10 billion upon his death, his wealth funded not just acquisitions but a philosophy of art as accessible legacy. This auction, set for November 18, spotlights that ethos, with highlights poised to redefine market benchmarks. Leading the charge is Klimt's portrait of Elizabeth Lederer, a 1914 canvas of ethereal elegance expected to eclipse $150 million. The subject's poised gaze, rendered in Klimt's signature mosaic of gold and pattern, evokes Vienna's Belle Époque, where portraiture met symbolism in hypnotic harmony. Handlers were spotted cradling it like a relic, underscoring its fragility and fame. Flanking it are two more Klimt gems, untitled landscapes and allegories estimated at $70 million and $80 million apiece, their debuts on the open market a first in auction annals. These aren't peripheral sketches but core expressions of Klimt's oeuvre, blending eroticism, nature and abstraction in oils that shimmer with innovation. Born in 1862, Klimt co-founded the Vienna Secession, rebelling against academic norms with works like The Kiss, that scandalized and seduced. His influence rippled through Expressionism and beyond, making these pieces not just valuables but vessels of art history. Bidders, from museums to hedge fund titans, will vie fiercely, knowing such opportunities vanish like mist. The collection's breadth extends beyond Klimt, weaving a narrative of 20th-century mastery. Vincent van Gogh's Piles de Romans Parisiens et Roses d'un Unvers, a still life of urban detritus and delicate blooms, captures the Dutch master's late fever, where everyday objects pulse with emotional depth. Posthumously revered, Van Gogh's market dominance, his portrait of Dr. Guichet, fetched $82.5 million in 1990, positions this lot for eight-figure glory, its textured impasto evoking the artist's tormented genius in alls. Nearby, Edvard Munch's Sankthensnatt, Midsummer Night, a nocturnal reverie of figures in dappled light, channels the Norwegian's primal scream of existential angst. Munch, whose 1893 icon sold for $119.9 million in 2012, here offers a quieter introspection, its blues and greens a prelude to modernism's psychological plunge. Lauder's discerning taste spanned movements from Cubism, gifted to the Met, to Impressionism, amassing over 100 works that reflected his belief in art's democratizing power. He wasn't a hoarder but a historian, acquiring with intent. Klimt's from European estates, Van Gogh's via discerning dealers, Munch's attuned to Nordic soul. His Estée Lauder tenure, expanding a lipstick line into a global behemoth, honed this acumen, treating canvases like product lines, timeless, desirable, investment grade. The auction's projected $500 million haul rivals megasales like the Rockefeller Collection, $832 million in 2018, but Lauder's intimate scale promises intimate drama, fewer lots, higher stakes. The Brewer Building, Marcel Breuer's 1966 brutalist gem with its inverted pyramid and granite heft, adds poetic resonance. Once the Whitney's modernist lair under directors like John I.H. Borthwick, it hosted abstract expressionists and pop art pioneers, its honeycomb windows framing urban vistas. Sotheby's 2024 relocation restores its auction primacy, the dinner's press reception a nod to Lauder's institutional devotion. He was an enormous cultural figure, a spy noted. There's a real reverence for his legacy. Attendees, from gallerists to philanthropists, toasted not just prices but provenance. These works, loved in Lauder's Park Avenue airy, now bridge private passion and public patrimony. Auctions like this ripple outward, influencing markets and museums. Klimt's surge could inflate secessionist values, Van Gogh's bolster post-impressionist premiums, Munch's fuel Nordic revivals. For Sotheby's, it's a coup, burnishing its post-2019-2022 ownership flux under Patrick Drahi. Bidders, anonymous phone lines buzzing, will include the ultra-wealthy, Middle Eastern royals, Asian tech moguls, American foundations eyeing tax breaks. Previews at the Brewer draw crowds, whispers of irreplaceable filling galleries. One Klimt detail, a foliate swirl, mirrors Lauder's life, layered, luminous, enduring. Beyond commerce, the sale honors Lauder's humanism. A World War II Navy vet, he championed women in business, Estée's protégé, and art, Met board 40 years. His Cubist gift, Picasso, Braque, Gris, bolstered the Met's holdings free of strings. This auction, per his will, funds philanthropy, education, health, Jewish causes. Its legacy and liquidity, ensuring his vision outlives him. As hammers fall on November 18th, the art world holds breath. Will Elizabeth Lederer top $200 million? Can Van Gogh's roses wilt competitors? In Lauder's shadow, these works transcend bids, embod.